Welcome to the Book of Balance podcast, where real stories meet real numbers. I'm your host, Patricia Oholeguy, your bookkeeper and believer that business should serve your life, not consume it. Each week, we sit down with entrepreneurs who've built their dreams from scratch and learned to balance their books, their boundaries, and their energy along the way. Ready to turn the page on financial stress and write your own story of clarity? Let's dive in. Welcome. My name is Patricia Oholeguy, and I am the host of the Book of Balance podcast, where we talk about the real journeys of building a business, the wins, the struggles, and everything in between. And today we're diving into something that nobody really prepares you for when you start your entrepreneurial journey. We're talking about family and friends, the people who love us most, and why sometimes they're not exactly jumping up and down, cheering us on when we announce our biggest dreams. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first started really diving into my bookkeeping business full time, and then when I decided to start this podcast, I thought everyone in my life would be super excited. I thought they'll be sharing my posts, telling everyone they knew, maybe even buying my services or listening to every episode. But the reality, it was way more complicated than that. Some people were supportive, some people were silent, and some people asked me if I was sure I knew what I was doing. And that, my friends, I'm not going to lie to you, that really hurts. But here's what I've learned. And here's what I want you to understand if you're going through this right now. When the people you love don't immediately support your dreams the way you hope they would, it doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean your idea is bad. And it definitely doesn't mean you should give up. What it means is that they're human and they're scared for you. They don't understand your vision yet. They might even be projecting their own fears and their own limiting beliefs onto your dreams. And sometimes they're just comfortable with who you've always been. And change, even positive change, makes people uncomfortable. So if you're sitting there right now feeling alone in your business journey, feeling like the people closest to you don't get it, you're not alone. This is one of those things that almost every entrepreneur goes through, and nobody talks about it enough. But we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about how to navigate these relationships, how to lean on to the right people, and how to protect your dreams while still loving the people who don't quite understand them yet. So let's dive in. So let's talk about the different types of support or lack of support thereof that you're probably experiencing right now in your entrepreneurial journey. Because once you can identify what you're dealing with, you can figure out how to handle it without losing your mind or your confidence. First up, we have the skeptics. These are the is this really going to work people? The ones who ask you about your backup plans before you even launch. The ones who bring up every statistics about failed businesses. And listen, I get it. They care about you. They don't want you to see you struggle or fail. But their fear is disguised as practicality, and it can be exhausting. Here's how you handle the skeptics. You set boundaries around your energy. You don't over explain yourself. You don't try to convince them. You simply say, I appreciate your concern, but I've thought this through and I'm moving forward. And then you change the subject. Your job is not to convert skeptics, your job is to build your business. Next, we have the silent supporters. These people love you, they believe in you, but they're not commenting on your posts. They're not sharing your content. They're not buying your products or services, at least not publicly. And this can feel really hurtful, especially when you see other people hyping up their friends' businesses all the time. But here's what I want you to understand: not everyone shows love the same way. Some people are private. Some people aren't big on social media. Some people support you by checking in on you personally, by praying for you, by believing in you quietly. And that counts. That really counts. So don't write off the silent supporters. Just don't expect them to be your marketing team either. Then we have the active champions. Oh, these people are gold. These are your hype squad. They're sharing your posts, they're buying from you, they're referring people to you, they're cheering you on publicly and privately. These are the people who fuel your momentum, and you need to nurture these relationships. Thank them. Tell them how much their support means. Maybe give them early access to new products or inside scoops. Make them feel valued because these people are showing up for you, and that deserves recognition. And finally, we have the dream drainers. These are the dangerous ones. These are the ones who say things like, you should just get a real job, or when are you going to stop playing around with this business thing? Or, I don't know why you're wasting your time. Nobody's going to pay for that. These people can erode your confidence faster than anything else. And I want you to hear me clearly. You need to protect yourself from dream drainers. Limit your exposure to them. Don't share updates with them. And if they keep pushing, you might need to create some distance in that relationship, at least until you're solid enough in your business that their negativity can't touch you. Now, I want to share something personal because I think it's important for you to hear. While I've experienced all of these types of support and lack of support, really, I have to tell you how incredibly fortunate I am to have a partner who is my rock. He has been so supportive of my entrepreneurial spirit from day one. And I don't take that for granted. I really don't. Because I know that not everyone has this. But I can share my wins with him, and he celebrates with me. I can share my losses and my struggles with him, and he doesn't say, I told you so. He doesn't make me feel bad. He just listens and he encourages me. He helps me work through the tough times. He has become a pillar that I can lean on when things get hard. And trust me, things get hard in business. There are days where I want to quit. There are days when I question everything. And having him there believing in me when I don't believe in myself, that has made all the difference. So, if you have even one person like this in your corner, whether it's a partner, a parent, a sibling, best friend, hold on to them, appreciate them, tell them how much they mean to you. Because having just one person who truly gets it and supports you unconditionally, that's priceless. All right, so now that we identified who's in your support circle, let's talk about how to actually lean on others in a way that helps you build your business without draining your energy or losing yourself in the process. First tip, be strategic about who you tell. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams, especially in the early stages. I'm serious about this. Your dreams are precious. Your vision is fragile when it's new. And if you share it with the wrong people too soon, you can plant seeds of doubt that take root and make it harder for you to move forward. So be selective. Share your vision with people who have proven they can hold space for big ideas. Share with people who have experience in entrepreneurship or risk taking. Share with people who have a track record of celebrating you, not competing with you or diminishing your accomplishments. And save the big reveal for people who earn it. You don't owe everyone an explanation of what you're building. Sometimes it's better to work in silence and let your success make the noise. Second tip, ask for specific support. Here's the thing, most people want to help you, but they don't know how. So when you say, hey, support my business, they're like, okay, cool. And then they don't do anything because they don't actually know what you need. But when you ask for specific things, that's when people show up. Instead of vague support me, try things like, could you share my post on Tuesday when I launch my new product? I need honest feedback on this service I'm offering. Would you be willing to try it and tell me what you think? Can I practice my sales pitch with you? I need to hear how it sounds out loud. Or would you watch the kids for a few hours on Saturday so I can work on getting my inventory organized? See the difference? Clear asks get better results. People like to help when they know exactly what they can do. So don't be afraid to ask for what you need. The worst they can say is no. And then you know where you stand, right? Third tip, build your personal board of directors. I want you to think about 3 to 5 people in your life who really get it. These are the people who can go for anything related to your business. They're your safe space for venting frustrations, celebrating wins, asking advice, and getting reality checks when you need them. These people can be mentors, fellow entrepreneurs, friends who just understand ambition, or family members who support you no matter what. For me, is my partner. He is definitely on board. I also have a couple of entrepreneur friends who are building their own businesses and we support each other. We share resources and we share struggles and we celebrate together. Having this core group, it changes everything because you stop feeling like you carrying this weight alone. You have people to turn to when you need encouragement, when you need advice, or when you just need someone to remind you why you started all of this in the first place. If you don't have a board of directors yet, start building one. Join entrepreneur groups online or in your local area. Attend networking events. Connect with other business owners on social media. Find your people because they are out there and they need you just as much as you need them. And finally, accept that some people won't get it until you win. And maybe not even then. This is hard to swallow, but it's true. Some relationships are going to shift as you build your business. Some people are going to fade away. Some people are never going to understand what you're doing or why it matters to you. And as painful as that is, you have to be okay with it. Your sources will speak louder than any explanation you could give them. And if they come around later, great. If they don't, you'll be okay. You have built a community around your business, customers who love what you do, fellow entrepreneurs who understand the journey, and people who support you because they believe in your mission. Focus on building that community. Stop trying to convert the skeptics and the dream drainers. Pour your energy into the people who show up for you and let the rest fall away. The people who matter will eventually show up or they won't, and you'll be successful anyways. Now, let's talk about what happens when family or friends actually want to work with you in your business, because this comes with a whole different set of challenges. Maybe your sister wants to help you make your products. Maybe your best friend wants to be your business partner. Maybe your cousin wants to do your marketing. And on the surface, this sounds amazing, right? Building something with people you love. What could go wrong? Well, a lot can go wrong if you don't set clear expectations up front. And I've seen friendships end and family relationships get damaged because people went into business together without having the hard conversations first. So, if someone close to you wants to work with you, here's what you need to establish from day one. What are the roles and responsibilities? Who's doing what? Be specific, write it down. What is their compensation? Are they getting paid? Are they working for free in exchange for equity or experience? Are they expecting a friends and family discount if you're the customer? Get clear on money before money becomes a problem. And what happens if it doesn't work out? How do you exit this working relationship without blowing up your personal relationship? Have the conversation now, not when things are falling apart. Keep it professional, even when it's personal. That means honoring deadlines, communicating clearly, and not letting emotional stuff bleed into business decisions. It's not easy, but it's necessary. And here's another thing nobody talks about. Sometimes the people who love you won't buy from you, and that is actually okay. I know it stings when your friends scroll past your posts or your family members never purchase your services. But here's what you need to remember, not everyone is your customer. Your best friend might genuinely not need what you're selling. Your brother might not be able to afford it. Your cousin might already have a provider they are loyal to. And honestly, your business should not depend on people who love you. It should be dependent on people who need what you offer. Build a business that thrives without their participation. That way, when they do support you, it's a bonus, not a requirement for your success. Plus, giving friends and family discounts all the time can actually devaluate your work. It trains people to expect your work for cheap, and that's not good for you or your business. So set boundaries, judge what you're worth, and let your business stand on its own merit. All right, we're almost at the end, and I want to leave you with some mindset shifts and practical action steps you can now take. Mindset shift number one: the doubt is not a reflection of your potential. Just because someone doesn't believe in your dream doesn't mean your dream isn't valid. Their limitations are not your limitations. Their fears are not your reality. And you get to decide what you're capable of, not them. Mind shift number two: I don't need everyone's support. I just need the right support. You don't need 100 cheerleaders. You need a few solid people who believe in you and show up consistently. Quality over quantity always. Mindset shift number three: building this business is proof of my belief in myself. Every time you take action on your business, even when people around you don't understand it, you're proving to yourself that you're committed, that you're brave, that you believe you're worth bidding on, and that matters more than anyone else's opinion. Now, for some action steps you can take this week. Action step one: write down the names of people in your circle who truly support you. These are your people. Lean into those relationships, nurture them, thank them. Action step two: create a wins folder on your phone or computer. Screenshot every positive message, every good review, every breakthrough moment. When you're having a bad day or someone's being disencouraging, go look at that folder. Remind yourself that you're making progress and people appreciate what you're doing. Action step three: join one community of fellow entrepreneurs. It can be online or local, it doesn't matter. Just find people who are on a similar journey and connect with you. You need people who understand what you're going through as well. Action step four: practice this phrase: I appreciate your concern, but I've got this. You're gonna need it for the skeptics and the dream drainers. Practice saying it with confidence and kindness, and use it whenever someone tries to plant doubt in your mind. Action step five: give yourself permission to outgrow relationships that don't serve your growth. This might be the hardest one, but it's necessary. You're changing, you're evolving, and not everyone is meant to go with you to the next level. And that's okay too. So here's what I want you to take away from this episode: you don't need permission to chase your dreams, you don't need everyone to understand it, you don't need your whole family cheering you on to move forward. What you need is belief in yourself, a clear vision, and a few good people in your corner who show up for you. The right people will find you, they will support you, they will celebrate you. And if they don't, well, you're going to build a community that does. So keep going, keep building, keep believing in yourself, even when others don't, because you're doing something that matters and the world needs what you're creating. And if this episode resonated with you today, I want you to do something for me. Send this to another entrepreneur who needs to hear this. Share this with someone who's feeling alone in their own business journey. Let's support each other because we're stronger together. You can find me on social media and in all the links that you'll in the show notes below. And if you want more resources, more encouragement, and more real talk about building a business while balancing life, make sure to subscribe to the Book of Balance podcast. Thank you so much for being here today. Keep balancing your books and your dreams, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you for joining me for today's episode of the Book of Balance podcast. I hope you enjoyed our conversation and found value in the insights we shared. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a future episode. And as promised during the show, you'll also find a link in the description with today's guest information, website links, and all the mentions we talked about during the episode. And if you're a do-it-yourself entrepreneur, you can join the Clarity Compass method at claritycompassllc.com. It's a monthly subscription where business owners like you dedicate just 1 hour each week to work in their books, get their questions answered, and stay consistent with their support of a community committed to financial clarity. Now, if you'd like to connect with me personally, head on to my website, oholeguy.com, to schedule your complimentary 15-minute consultation. It's the perfect way to get your personalized bookkeeping questions answered and explore how the white glove services can support your business. And on the last note, remember, we are not lawyers or financial advisors. Everything shared here reflects our professional opinions and is provided solely for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. So thanks again for listening, and until next time, keep your compass set on clarity.